The Nikki Glaser Podcast. The Nikki Glaser Podcast.
Here's Nikki.
Yeah. Noah's out. Noah has no voice today. She's here with us. Hi, it's Nikki Glaser. It's the Nikki Glaser Podcast. Welcome to it. Another week of shows beginning right now. I'm in St. Louis, Missouri. Noah is in Arizona with no voice. Noah, do you want to just give him a little sample?
A little bit. I mean, I could have done Here's Nikki, but it's too weird.
What if we have new listeners? You know, they're listening for the first time and they just hear
Here's Nikki.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
I had a sinus infection and it traveled to my throat.
That's a really good Noah.
Is it? I'm working on it.
I have all my girlfriends have gentle, angelic voices, and I do not.
And Noah is gentle and kind in her spirit too. Although, what was it she said when we were in
We can't even repeat it.
Oh, we can't?
No.
I don't even remember who it was about, but it was so funny.
It was, Noah can just be so harsh sometimes because you think she's just so sweet and everything is just like, she's just like kind about everything and understanding like, well, maybe he just was feeling, a little threatened by that. And like, she's never like, that piece of shit. Like, but sometimes she is. Like, it can be really.
And then she's like, he's a disgusting bore.
Oh, yeah. Well, Zach on Love is Blind, she famously said, he's a wreck. And when we have all been just kind of like defending him, she just goes, ugh. He's a wreck. It was just her on the couch in the corner, like hadn't said much that day. And it was just I couldn't stop laughing.
I know.
I think it was the funny. And then she said
surprise.
something this weekend that was really mean out of nowhere. And I could not stop. I'll tell you later. Okay. We can't tell it on the pod. And it's not because I'm trying to leave you guys out. It's just, I don't want anyone's feelings to get hurt. And Brian, it's not about you. It just.
Never about Brian.
No, never about Brian. Only nice things about Brian. Brian Franchi's here, everyone. He's in LA.
Yeah, hello everybody.
Yeah.
His voice is also
good.
Deep.
Trying to mix it up a little bit.
I never lose my voice in like a way that like makes people feel bad. Like whenever I'm feeling sick, I want some sickness to like come out in my voice. I mean, I was a little bit like nasally a couple weeks ago, but I could still talk. I want to be taken out.
Well, it was fun, right, when you had your vocal surgery because you were like,
oh, yeah, duh.
Hi, guys. It's so great to see you all. Hi.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah, I can still do it.
Who is this woman?
I can still talk like that.
I don't think
sometimes it'll come out.
I don't think Noah's doing this, but whenever I don't think you're doing this, Noah.
Okay.
But whenever someone loses their voice, I think they're faking it. And I go, just talk. Don't you feel that way?
Have you ever lost your voice? Yes.
It's like, just
I
talk,
agree.
talk normal. Stop doing the voice.
Well, people like to be sick because
Yes.
they get attention and they're just like, I'm just like a little baby. And they just kind of like, clear their nose a little bit more and go like, get like a bit of a coughing fit. And you're like, I don't need to even finish this sentence. But they go like, wait. And you go, no, just abandon it. I can figure out where the bathroom is or whatever you were going to tell me. People like to be sick. It feels good because you get attention. I don't know how I don't have hypochondria because I love attention. Clearly. I chose a field where I get attention constantly and people are constantly reaffirming, we like you, laughter. How did my psyche not go, when you get sick, people really feel bad for you? But I guess I don't like feeling bad for me. I don't want attention. I know, answered my own site because I go analyze myself. I don't want attention for something I didn't work hard for or that doesn't seem like I did. Like even with the surgery, when I was getting a lot of attention, I was like, but this was elective. Like it wasn't because I was going to die if I got like, I didn't want attention for it. That's why I think I can never get a facelift or anything like that because I will not accept help from others for something that's like, I want my jawline to be more snatched.
What if you need someone to trade out your drains on your facelift? Because
but still, they need to do that because I want to look hotter. That's not a good enough reason.
So you'll be like, I got it. I'll do it myself.
Well, I will ask for help from my boyfriend who will just stay quiet and be like, I just didn't need you to do this, really. Like, I know that Chris, if I got a facelift, he wouldn't stop me from it.
Right.
Because even this summer, I was like, I need a facelift before I tape my special. I'm going to get an eye job. And he was like, well, where do you think you can fit that in? Like, he wasn't like being like, he's not saying you don't need it, you're crazy. He already believes that. I know he does. But he's just like, okay, well, what month do you think you can take off work to get that done? And I'm thinking June, July,
No.
September. My dates are looking a little
Taylor
like
Swift.
oh yeah, it might prevent me from going to see Taylor Swift. Is that what you were saying?
Yes.
Yes, it might. Well, I would go with drains and patches on my face. I just write 13 on them or whatever, or like some lyrics.
A reputation.
Yeah, it would be my.
That's your costume.
Listen, she reinvents herself every album. Is a facelift not reinventing yourself in the most literal way? I just. I don't want. You hate pity. Anya hates pity.
Can't stand it.
More than anything.
Especially if it's online from a stranger.
Can I just say, besties, don't ever go up to Anya if she's complaining about something on the show and like at the merch booth at our shows, don't go like, hey, I'm really pulling for you. Or like, I don't think your teeth look bad at all. Like, don't offer any kind of thing that Anya may have been upset one day on the show about something. Don't follow up on it and have any kind of like sympathy or like, poor Anya.
That goes to any friend, stranger, family member. And I'm going to say, for everyone
We don't
involved.
have friends and family members listening. That's why I said besties.
Not just me. Do not pick up a conversation in the middle of something apropos of nothing. Like, I have friends that do this where they'll be like, oh my God, crazy about that raccoon. And I'm like, what? And they'll be like, Brian had what animal was
Possum.
it?
A possum.
Great. They'll just be like, dude, that possum, insane. And I'm
I
like,
don't
what are you
hate that
talking
because
about?
I understand that people listen to the podcast like the way I watch TV shows where they're like tracking the things that happen. And it's just, it stays insular into this thing. My things they associate with us are things that they hear on this podcast.
Okay.
Whereas my life is everything outside of this podcast. So I forget some of those things.
So you appreciate it. I guess
I just
possum
can
is too
go-
specific.
yeah.
But if somebody's just like, they give you something and it has absolutely no track back for you to what they're talking about. And you're like, I have no clue what
I
you're
had
saying.
one girl and it stayed with me.
What?
So like and I've talked about this on the podcast before. You will give them something vulnerable and then they'll use it against you. Not intentionally. Like they'll try to like buddy up with like, yeah, and I could tell you were really high that one time when you like, I'll be like, I told you I was high during that performance or whatever. Like I think one time I was struggling with like weed or whatever. And I revealed that one show that I did not do well at, I was really high for. I smoked too much weed. And she goes, we saw that show. It was very clear you were very high. And I go, I gave you that. You would not have known. You just thought I sucked. You don't need to be like, you were so high or whatever. I bet John Mulaney's dealing with a lot of that now. Of like,
I
a
knew
lot of
you
people
were
going
high
like,
during that Seth Meyers interview.
Yes. Where it's like, no, you didn't. You didn't. You just thought maybe something was a little off, but don't act like you are Betty Ford over here. You don't know when people are fucked up. Like, I do the same thing. Like we're Taylor Swift. She was broken up, and I go, when I was in Arlington, I knew something was off. I do the same thing, so I don't fault anyone.
But
really
she
for
seems
it.
like she loves that. Like she would love if fans were trying to piece things together about her life.
I would guess she does not. I think she cares that people care. She likes that people care, but I don't think she wants people to like. She doesn't care for me going like, I need to go to her. She needs my help. I need to spend $13,000 to be 8 feet from her and offer a face of like, I love you.
Why is your face covered in patches?
I had to get this up for Owlin. You're number one.
No, people said that to me this weekend. They go, I had what was her name? Monique. Shout out to Monique, who was like, and by the way, you're the best, Nikki. You're the best. And I was like, yeah. I said that I screamed that at Taylor a couple times. You're the best. You're the best. I didn't see Taylor this weekend. I was sad that I didn't because she was in Atlanta and she did 3 shows. And and her secret songs choices were, I mean, if those songs, any of the songs she did for secret songs this weekend would have been the one that was 8 feet from me. Listen, I'm happy I got Begin Again. Great song. I've learned it on the guitar since. I've become obsessed with it. It's a little, like I was already into it. But she did The Other Side of the Door. And then last night she did I Bet You Think About Me, which are 2 of my favorite songs. I wouldn't be here right now. I would have died. I would have died. Literal dead. Drains in my face. Clogged. Aneurysm. Dead. But Anya Marina's here in studio with us if you can't tell that she's not via Zoom. Brian is in Los Angeles.
Yeah, hello.
And Brian, hello. Brian is in Los Angeles. Noah's in Arizona. Anya is here in studio. She was with me all weekend. So we were in Arizona actually this weekend in Tucson.
Beautiful city.
On Thursday night. Loved it.
Something so strange and magical about
Whimsical, really?
cacti.
Oh yeah, the crystal
Swarosis?
desert.
Yeah.
Home of a lot of
It just
alien
feels-
activity.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was gorgeous.
Used to be underwater
And
millions of years ago.
The air is like the same
Yes,
temperature as your.
Oh, as your body?
Yeah.
So you feel like you
Oh.
don't exist.
Yeah. It's really cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you did say that as we were walking into the show. The green room was like in a garage behind the venue. Like you had to walk through a parking lot to get to the green room. It was separated. Never had that happen before. And we walked outside to go to the show. And Anya said, I love when it's the same temperature as your skin. And I was like, whoa, I don't exist. Like when
Yeah.
it is, you kind of don't. It's like a very meditative state.
I want to go to that place wherever it is. Is it the Salton Sea? I don't know. Where do you, or is it in Jerusalem where you
The Dead
float
Sea.
in the
The
salt?
Dead
The
Dead
Dead
Sea.
Sea.
Uh-huh.
The Salton Sea is way different. It's like
It's
poison.
in San Diego or something, or like en route to San Diego.
Okay.
Jerusalem.
Uh-huh.
But where you just float because there's so much salt in the water, right?
Yeah, and it's like matches the same as your butt. Yeah. Okay.
But Nikki killed. We saw Noah in person. It was so cool.
It was fun.
to
So fun.
hang.
Noah came to a photo shoot I had beforehand that was
Oh yeah, tell us what happened. Tell
3
us the
hours.
result of the photo shoot. Why were
Okay,
you
so-
gasping at the newspaper?
Oh, well, I didn't come up with a headline yet. He's going to send me all the pictures of the gasp,
okay.
and then I'm going to come up with the headline. But I was thinking, I wanted to have, did I tell you already that what I wanted? I wanted to say, aging female comic finds a way to get naked and not have it be about getting naked. Like aging comic finds an excuse to get naked. Like I wanted to address what's going on, which is like, whenever someone's naked with something just little in front of them, it's like, you just want to be naked and you couldn't get naked. So you have to come up with a way to get naked.
It could be like exhibitionist comedian or aging exhibitionist comedian finds a way to get naked.
Yeah, like I just wanted to just call out exactly what I know it is, and that anyone, this is my whole life, is like everything that I do, I'm so like, if it's cringe, I want to call it out. And so before someone else can make fun of it.
But
Because I know that if I saw it, I'd go like, oh, look at her, look at that girl trying to be hot
Mhm.
and using this as like a way to be hot.
I don't think that a lot of people want to be nude. I wouldn't think that. If I saw a picture of someone nude, I wouldn't be like, ugh, this girl's dying to get naked.
Yes, you would.
Really?
What? Why else would she do it?
I don't know.
Because a guy pressured her into it. Like that doesn't, I mean, that does happen, but like that happens with young girls who are hot and everyone wants to see their bodies. With women that are like pushing 40, we need an excuse to get hot.
But I think it's cool. I don't think there's anything wrong about it.
Is
I'm
it
not
to be
saying there's anything wrong.
celebrated? Do you think you're going to get celebrated for it?
No, you just want to, you're grasping onto this thing that's flying away from you every day and falling off your body every day. You're grasping on like, this might be the last day I'm hot or the last day I'm fuckable. And so it's just,
No, I
please
think you
world,
should-
look at me like this because my whole life, since I was 20, I've been looked at like this, and now I'm losing it 20 years later. It's freaking me out. Please see me as this. Don't
Honestly,
forget me
Nikki,
as this.
When the photographer, when he was taking your photos and you had all these outfit changes and you looked stunning. You just know how to work the camera, I want to say.
Well, I've gained 15 pounds, so it was a rough day, but yes.
I felt the same way. I was like, wow, I wish I took like more photos, maybe even like professionally done photos when I was younger, because like now there's a lot of like creases and Avi took this photo of me with your mom's friend Kathy under like the worst stage light ever.
God.
And I like almost wanted to chop my head off.
I know, dude. Some of that stage lighting can be brutal. It's all
awful.
about lighting. I mean, if you've seen any of the Instagrams
Yeah.
where girls go, I love the girls that show this is me 2 seconds before, and now this is me relaxed body with different lighting, different angle of the camera, and their butt looks so big, their tiny little waist, and then the camera angle changes, lighting changes, and they're
a normal
unlovable. Just kidding. But am I? I mean, or like you. To me, I feel unlovable when I look disgusting. I mean, that's the thing. It's like your body doesn't work any less better when you look not hot. Like you're still functioning human. The reason we want to stay hot is because we want love from others, and people go, that's so sad. It's like, why is that sad? It's true. Hot people get more attention. They get more protection. People care about them more. And thus you will be rescued. And like, if people will care about you more. There's nothing wrong with wanting to stay hot. You just want people to love you.
It helps your career too.
Yeah, which helps me get money, which helps me take care of the people I love. It all comes down to like, I want to be loved, or me having a lot of money makes more people depend on me equals they'll stay around me and like me more, and I won't be alone. Everything that I do to look hot, the pursuit of hotness is not because I want dicks inside me penetrating my body. I want so much cum in me. It's like, I want people to like me. And is that such a crime? Like, I got really upset about it this weekend because I did a documentary about Joan Rivers, or I was like offering my commentary about her, like, just like it is a series called The Dark Side of Comedy. So it's talking about like all of, I don't know. I watched her documentary the night before I shot it, and it's so good. It's for free on YouTube. It's called A Piece of Work. It is so good. I saw it 12 years ago, but it's so much more resonant now with me. But she was the first person to be open about her plastic surgery. I don't want to say the first person, but like one of the first celebrities to be very open about having facelifts and everything. Whereas everyone else lies. And so she got the brunt of all the jokes.
Yeah.
Of like, because
Trailblazer.
And she fucked up her face. It's like all she wanted was to be pretty and to have people think she's pretty. Not because she wanted to be pretty. It's just, it equals love. And why is that so sad? Why is that so embarrassing? Why, like, if you really get to the root of it, the Kardashians just want to be loved. They don't.
Yeah, Brian.
They also want to alienate everyone else. So like, you can't ever look as good as me. You want to be on the top so that you get into the lifeboats before everyone else. Women and children first, because we want to fuck women and children. I'm serious.
The world is filled with trolls, and
pedophiles,
and pedophiles, and when you do something like that to yourself, it is vulnerability. And the trolls latch onto that. And it's just an opportunity for them to attack you when they wanted to attack you no matter what you did.
Yes.
But now because they've given them an opening.
If she didn't have it done, this is what happens with plastic surgery. If you don't have it done, you look old and you kind of get less attention and less work, right? If you do have it done, you also get less work because you look freakish and no one wants to put that in a movie. And you get judged for being so desperate. It's a pick me kind of thing. Like you're needy. So you can't really win either way. And people, I just am so tired of this. What did she do to her face? She ruined her face. And I've said this before. She didn't want to ruin her face. It was like, that wasn't her goal. She wasn't like trying to Marilyn Manson and like make you hate the way she looks and like challenge the way, like some people do try to do body modification to like alienate themselves, but it also is a cry for help and love and attention. If someone like gets a lizard horn put on the middle of their head, face tattoos like up the wazoo, it's like a cry for help.
They're like,
we should be nicer to mental health. Yes.
I have a surefire way to make you look more attractive that you can do at home for free.
Okay. Oh, what is this?
No, I have it. No, it's not a joke. I have a new thing.
Okay. What is it? We'll find out right after the break. After this, I can't wait to find out. I think you're trolling us. We'll find out. All right, we're back. Brian Frangie has a surefire thing you can do at home for free, did you say?
It's absolutely free, and you can do it at home.
To make yourself more attractive.
Does it involve pancakes?
Does it involve a chair sit-up or something? Like a chair push-up?
No.
I know. It's hanging upside down.
Hanging yourself. Your poop will drain from your body, and you will be svelte.
You'll be 5 pounds lighter. It involves your tongue.
Is this mewing?
I've even talking to my mom.
Yeah, it is.
It's mewing.
Yeah, what you already know about mewing?
Kirsten shared it on the girls chat once where you go like meow.
No, you don't know. That's not what it is.
You like your chin comes out more, and then you like cut down.
You don't make
like
that noise. What are you talking about?
Well, that's why it's called mewing. You have to go
misinformed.
mew.
No, you
Erape.
don't.
I know.
She misinformed
Mewing makes
you.
me sick. If you look at a diagram of someone mewing, it's one of the grossest things you've ever seen in your life.
If
That's
I hear
not
this
what
word
it
one more
is.
time, I'm gonna poop.
What? Well,
in
you
this chair.
okay? I would prefer that than continuing this mewing conversation. Okay. Wait, what is it, Brian? Will you demonstrate?
Mewing is all about your tongue position. Here's a question for you. Where is your tongue in your mouth?
Up Nikki's ass.
Yeah.
Is it up your own?
Doing it right.
So Anya's tongue. Where in your mouth is your tongue?
Well, this is interesting because I take voice lessons, and the tongue is the very most important thing in your voice control. And your tongue is supposed to be relaxed and just tucked into bed, just like in your mouth, just like not really moving, and like just relaxed.
Where in your mouth? On the bottom of your mouth? On the top of your
just like nestled in its bed, in your teeth, like like the teeth is like a bed, and your tongue is like in that bed. Like the teeth is like the bed frame.
That is the wrong place for your tongue.
To be hot, okay, where should it be?
If you want to be hot, your tongue.
I know.
If you want to be hot and you don't want to clench at night and you don't want to grind at night, your tongue needs to be on the roof of your mouth.
Yep. I just felt my whole neck go up.
I felt it go down. Look.
No, wait, hold on. Look, relax. And okay. Now I can see your profile. Rest in the bed. Put your tongue in the bed. Okay, now put the tongue on the soft palate on the top of your mouth or whatever the fuck. You just got a mini
Oh my
facelift.
God.
Really?
Yeah.
But no, it's science.
Look at
It's not
mine.
even just instantaneous.
what to
There's
do.
science.
Put it on the bed. Put it to bed. Okay, now put it on the top. Whoa, why did that do
Oh
that?
my God. Is it amazing?
Wait, so you should always do that in photo shoots.
The proper tongue position is you make it's almost like suction to the roof of your mouth and you cluck like a chicken, like
Brian.
like that clacking noise. If you want your tongue to be flat against the roof of your mouth, your tongue should not be touching your teeth. It should be before your teeth, all the way flat, even the back of your tongue.
This is the worst thing for singing ever. Yeah. Okay.
And that's where it should be 24/7. And if you do
That's
it,
hard to do.
How are you supposed to breathe?
if you breathe through your nose, if you breathe through your mouth, your chin will sag. And
breathing.
Okay.
That's why you're supposed to tape your mouth at night.
yes, so you breathe through your nose, you keep your tongue up high, and they've scientifically proven that over the course of time, especially if you're a teenager, your face structure, your chin will be more defined and your face will get pushed out and you will be 100% more attractive, and it's completely free. And if you just pay $14.99 a month for my system, I can teach it to you at home.
Okay, this is blowing my mind, but I just know I'm never going to do this. This is almost like posture, you know? Like
I was just thinking.
I can't keep it in check. And there's all these like things you can buy where you have a little sensor on the back of your, and it beeps if you need to sit up more straight. But
I remember when Nikki had done Dancing with the Stars, had just finished it, or maybe was in the middle of
I
it.
was doing the Alexander technique. That was not Dancing with the Stars related.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't. Alexander technique was when I was sitting straight up.
No. You don't even know what I'm going to say yet.
I kind of do. Okay.
No, you don't.
Right.
We're walking down the street in New York City, and she was like, Gleb taught me how to walk like a
Oh,
dancer.
yeah. I know how to do that. Put your feet first. Point your toes.
Toes first. So she was walking down the street, and I was like, this is hard. I tried to do it for 10
It's
steps.
impossible. Sometimes I remember.
putting
Well,
your
Alexander
weight
technique is
on
the
your
same
toes?
way.
I can show you if you want. Or
Yeah.
Do you want? Okay,
Give a little
here's what
demo.
Nikki was doing. So just
Yeah, he got so mad at me. Well, that looks stupid. You looks like you're on a tight walk.
You look like a Nazi. That's like a Nazi.
Yeah, you do. You
goose
look like you're
step.
goose stepping.
Instead of
Yeah.
first, you go like this. You go.
Well, you don't have to point it but yeah, if you just glide and you land with the ball of your foot first, it looks way sexier. Also, the number one thing is my hips are always like out, like forward.
Well, they
'Cause I
don't
rest
lie,
my
that's
hips.
for sure.
Oh, they're fucking fibbing all day. Mine go out and I kind of like bend like a banana, like a forward banana when I stand. I'm always like this.
Oh, same. That's like the arched back thing.
But if you stand like this,
Right.
and
If you
like,
stick
have
your buns
hip
out.
go back like this, and you are like a centaur, you look so hot. There's all these tricks.
And then you
But,
go do that thing where you're thinking like that girl from The Bachelorette or The Bachelor
What do you mean?
that thing where you just keep turning your
Claire?
head.
Oh yeah, yeah. You tilt your head.
Can you imagine a
boys are
girl
talking to you?
who would tilt
I'm
her
confused.
head, walk on the heels of her feet, or and
I
do
see
the
it all the
tongue thing
time.
at the same time?
So she's mewing.
Oh, my new
clucking.
thing is like girls in bikinis on Instagram always have to like fuck with the straps, and they always have to like whenever they're doing anything, they always have to like adjust. It's like put the bikini on and just wear it. We always have to see them go like this with the straps. They have to go like this on the bottom, and they're like kind of readjusting. It's like,
Well, you know
how
what
have you
that
been
is.
wearing this all day? What do you mean?
It's the same as what you talk about with like the little thing on the lip.
Yes, where their lip just move. It's like they're boomerangs, you know, like it'll repeat over and over, and it's just them like kind of taking it off, and it's like.
It's
I know
mimicking
these-
a sexual thing. It's like the thing on the
Again,
lip is.
they just want people to love them, and this just works better than just standing still and not adjusting your swimsuit, because I guess the adjusting makes you feel like they're taking it off in some way.
And also it's movement. It tracks the eye. You know, you got to keep everything moving.
Well, Brian, I just want to say you this weekend went, you seen my boyfriend more than I have this weekend.
That's right.
He was in LA. I forgot that he even went there. All of a sudden he's in LA, and I'm like, oh, hi. I didn't, cool. We're close by kind of, because I was in Nevada. But you went to a Laker game with him? No. Dodger game last night.
Yeah,
2 nights
Dodgers,
ago.
Cardinals. The Dodgers versus
Right.
the St. Louis Cardinals. They happened to be
How
in
tired
town.
was my boyfriend?
He didn't seem very tired. Did he say he was
good.
tired?
Yeah. Well, I
don't want to blow up his spot. If he was,
good. I'm glad he wasn't tired.
If he told you he
I
was
think he
tired.
said your boy is tired.
Oh, yeah.
With a lot of R's.
Well, you know,
but I think he was just,
he's
trying
able
pack
to
it in.
ratchet it up. I think at any time if the circumstance is right.
Yeah. Did you have fun? What did you guys do? Tell me all the scoop. Did you talk about me? What happened? What did he say?
We pretty much talked about you exclusively.
He did say that you talked about me with his friend Nick too. At the end of the night, he was like, "They love my girl," and it makes me. They really like. He loves when people approve of me to him, which I don't hate either.
Yeah.
But apparently I got some approval.
Yeah, you were.
He asked for your my hand in marriage from you guys or something.
Brian has to give the green light.
He asked like, what's the best way to propose to someone that you are in love with? And I said,
Brian's like, put your tongue on the roof of your mouth.
Wait 2 more years until she feels ready.
yeah.
It's like everyone always thinks I'm just waiting around and like, why hasn't he proposed yet? It's me. Hi. I'm not ready. It's me.
She's not ready. It's her.
Well, you know how in baseball they changed the rules this year where you're only allowed to have 20 seconds or 15 seconds in between each pitch, so the pitch happens quicker.
So the games are not.
So the games aren't
long.
so long. I
Yeah.
suggested that for the proposal. I said maybe you should put a timer. Like
that would be great. I don't want him to do it at a big thing. I don't want it to be a big spectacle. And he better tell me beforehand. I think most people, when they get married, they have a talk like, you'll say yes, right? Like, we're already living together. This is like, we've talked about getting married. We like know it's in the air.
Right.
No one just like springs it on people.
Yeah.
He would not do that. And by the way, it's not like I'm the one that's like, I don't want to get married yet. I don't think wants to either, but we both talk about it. Like it's in the air. But if he were to propose, I would go, what are you like? I would be mad because I didn't have any heads up. You know what I mean?
I didn't have a heads up, but I guess
You knew you were
Matt-
living together for years
Yeah.
at that point. That wasn't
and Matt knew like from day one that's what I wanted.
what?
Matt knew from day one that's
What you wanted to
Yeah.
marry him. Even before you guys were together, you would have married him. So yeah.
Send him an email.
Yeah.
Were you-
It's
you don't want to
What?
be surprised? You wouldn't want to be surprised?
No, I wanted to be. I would like it to happen. When I don't see it coming, but I don't want it to happen where it's like we haven't talked about. Like I don't want a glimmer of a thing of like, babe, I don't think I'm ready yet. Like if he did it today, I'd say yes for the people watching because I wouldn't want to embarrass him.
Yeah.
But I'd go, babe, this is going to be a long engagement. Like
Right.
we gotta pass through some hoops before. I mean, he would never do it right now. He's not an idiot. Like we're both not, I just would want to both be on the same page of like, yes, let's get married. I'm ready to be engaged. And then you can take the year to decide when to do it. I'm not going to be like waiting around, but yeah, I want it to be special. He'll do something very
But you
special.
don't want something in public, like
No, at that point, I wouldn't mind something in public because
put you on the Jumbotron.
I wouldn't mind that if he knows that I'm game,
Got
you
it.
know? And but
Thought
if
you
he
were gonna
didn't,
say gay.
If he knows I'm gay, then lock it down because it'll be harder for me to ever pursue those interests if I have a ring on my finger. So you had a good time?
There was a Will You Marry Me on the Jumbotron at the Dodgers game, but it was so fast. There's no, I got to assume it was a joke. Like someone said, oh, I'll do it as a joke. So my friend says, will you marry me? And then it's like, haha. But then is it really a joke? Are you trying to?
Right.
But it went up so fast. There was no reaction to it. I can't imagine the person even saw it. Can you imagine you set up a Will You Marry Me on the Jumbotron and then the person doesn't see it? Like they go to the bathroom and then it's up there?
I think that's a great story. I would rather that than have it all go right. I always want to get on the kiss cam. Oh, I'm dying. I always kind of casually when I'm at games, like the kiss cam's up and I'm kind of just like trying to like, Chris is sometimes like maybe talking to me or someone next to me is talking to me, but I'm like dead focused. Like I'm ready for the kiss cam in the case it happens. Like
You're applying lip gloss.
Yeah. Like, or if there's like a cam where it's like dancing, where you're like doing the twist, I'm like doing the twist, like kind of like a little bit, just to let the camera op know like, hey, that girl would be game if we put it on her.
Yeah.
Like I'm always looking to get on, to perform in some way.
Are you incognito at those events or are you like, I'm out. I'm
out. I like to be. I like getting recognized.
We had a
It
friend.
happened once at Taylor Swift, both concerts. I only got recognized once at each time, which is perfectly fine.
That's wild to me because you're so recognizable and tall too. And like I saw Nikki get recognized. We were walking through a restaurant and we went to dinner with David Spade in Vegas, and I saw at least one family completely lose their shit. Like, but I think there were more
Usually
people.
you say at least two, but you go at least one.
There wasn't less than one.
We're walking through a restaurant. We see a cute blonde girl who's probably, I would say, like 29, 30, right there. And you just see her eyes bug out. And then she looks at her whole family, and I see it in slow motion. She goes, that's Nikki Glaser. And they just all turned around. It was so cute. She was just completely freaked out and so starstruck. It was cute.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, it happened. Like I feel it happens sometimes, but I just don't. I don't want to ruin it for them by seeing them. So I try to like not.
But you're not like
Look
a
at it.
sunglasses hat type of girl at those events.
No, sometimes, walking around the casino this weekend, I was in Vegas with Spade at the Venetian. Thank you to all the besties who came out and also to all the besties that came out to the Tucson shows. I don't want to be, my poster is everywhere. I don't want to be recognized in that circumstance because I look so shitty. And I don't want them to say something mean about the show they saw maybe last night. I'm just avoiding. If at a meet and greet, people never say anything mean. But like if you just run into people that were like in the elevator, like, yeah, we got tickets to your show. Pretty good. Like they could say something. I'm just trying not to get insulted.
Glad I didn't bring the kids.
So that's when I'll wear a baseball cap with the sunglasses, is to just not deal with that. Or I wear baseball cap sunglasses to not talk to anyone, not because I'm Nikki Glaser comedian, but like I don't want anyone talking to me.
Right.
Yeah.
And it really shuts you off to the world. And it's just.
But if you're out like at a Lakers game or something.
No, I would never. I would want to be recognized there
Yeah.
because it's never going to be overwhelming for me. I'm not that famous. It's always going to be a treat. But I don't want to be recognized if you've seen my show that night before and you're a person in a bikini.
Have you guys
smoking
ever
a cigarette
heard
in
someone
an elevator.
talking about your show right after you play, like in a bathroom or something?
Yes. And I told the girl, I go, stop talking.
yeah,
We walk
bathroom
among you. Yeah, I was in the stall next to her. And I just go, and she was horrified, as I would be too. But she felt really bad. And it's okay. Like, I can suck sometimes.
And her name was Grace.
Wait, what? Oh, yeah, the headphones. No, it's, that's devastating. I literally, when I walk out of, when I used to do clubs and you would have to go to the bathroom, and the crowd would be in there, I'd go in the bathroom, I'd plug my ears, and I'd go, no, 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 no.
Yeah, same.
Like, I can't even hear you.
They always would be talking about the opening act, and I'd be like, please don't, I just don't want to hear.
Just close your ears and go, no, 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 no. Because they'll do it. They will. And if you're walking on somewhere, they'll rank. If you're over on a show with a bunch of people and you're all like the same level of fame, they'll have to say who they liked better. And then you get all that information.
But
Yeah,
being the
it's
opener,
typical.
you can go into the bathroom and do like recon, because then I hear people talk about like the headliner, and then I know what the feel of the crowd, what the pulse is.
Oh,
pre-show?
God.
Anytime.
Well, I
anytime.
never want you opening for me. I don't want you getting that recon. Jesus Christ, Brian. You don't tell me anything that you hear. Yeah, the amount of times that you hear as an opener, you were better than the headliner is if you're a listener and you ever think the opener is better than the headliner, sometimes they are, but it's because you saw there was no bar at all. You have no expectations for the opener, so they could only exceed your expectations. If anything, you think they're going to suck.
Yes.
Openers.
Yeah.
So they're good. Of course, they're going to be more funny than you think they are. And secondly, they did less time,
20 minutes,
so they can choose all of their greatest hits. You've never seen them before, so they can do all their old material. There's a lot of things conspiring against you as a headliner to make the opener much better than you. And so I was knowing that I'm never hurt, but I am hurt a little bit that they walk away and then they tell everyone the opener was better than her, not knowing all of the things.
It's weird, like at the cellar where there's a lineup of 6 or 7 people.
That's when you can pit us against each other.
Oh yeah,
you can, because we're like each doing 15 minutes, unless someone is like working on a Fallon set or something, or like looking at their notes. And that's just a cop out. If a comedian ever says, I'm doing new stuff, or looks at their notes, they're trying to mitigate against you thinking they suck. And so now they have an excuse for why they suck. Anytime a joke doesn't go well for me and it's a new joke, I always go, that's a new joke. And then it buys me something. Then everyone forgives me for it.
Yes.
As opposed to just sticking it and being like, well, that sucked.
Yeah, you can do that with music too.
Yeah.
That's a new one. I
That's
still
a new
don't have the
song.
chorus figured out yet.
Yes. Yeah. So, yeah, but at the cellar, you always are going to get ranked. And that's another place I go.
Yeah, they like to do it sometimes in front of other people. Like, you are the best of all of you guys. It's like, don't say it in front of the other comics.
Well, people just aren't. I guess people don't. Maybe they wouldn't care themselves if that happened to them. Like, do people not get insecure and want to be the best all the time, or is that just a thing?
I think
we
they
have?
care. I think they would care. I think they're just excited. They're excited to say you were awesome. It's the same thing when the thing you hate, where people tell you when someone said something negative to like ingratiate themselves with you. I feel like them saying like, you were the best one, by the way. You know, they're like almost whispering it loudly.
I said it to Chris Rock once. You were the best. But I said it when I knew no one else could hear. And I knew, and by the way, if I'm the best, fucking tell me I'm the best. I want to hear it so much. But don't say that you're the best to someone who's next to me and I can hear it. And I don't even want you to like whisper something to them, because I know what you're whispering to them.
Yeah.
You could be whispering, hey, your shoe's untied, but I will think you're saying you were the best, she sucked. It's just like
Same
incredible
with prettiness.
insecurity.
Don't compliment someone I'm with and be like, oh, when I saw you, I was like, you looked incredible. I'm like, I'm right here. Throw me a bone.
Devastating. My whole life is just I mean, it happens to me all the time where people get complimented for being hot around me. And it's just, and that's why I dress like shit, I think. I'm not even joking you. I just uncovered this. I don't like trying during the day to look cute. I either try 100% to look cute or 0%, because I want to mitigate, again, using that word, against people not thinking I'm hot, because then I chose it. It's a new song I'm working on. This is a new joke. I'm not trying right now. Like, this is an old scrappy piece of paper with some notes written on it. This outfit is not, I'm not trying. So that's why I'm not hot, because if I tried, I would be hotter than my friend who you keep saying is so hot.
Also, we're living in a time where everyone's allowed to, well, women especially, are allowed to dress ugly. It's kind of encouraged. Like ugly jeans, ugly big fat double X. I've never sold so many double XL shirts in the merch booth as
because they're like dresses.
Yeah.
Everybody's just buying.
All girls
kind of
in LA
unflattering
walk
clothing.
around like they're at a sleepover party.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, it's really. I mean, I was watching like clips of Esther recently. I'm like, she is so fucking cute, and she's just wearing like big t-shirts and big jeans.
Yeah,
and she looks 7 years old, and I'm like, that's hot.
No, she's so, because that's what style is.
Yeah,
now. It's stylish. It's not. It's Billie Eilish stylish.
Can I say the first time that I ever did a stand up at a club, people were so upset that they wrote letters.
No way.
Yeah. I posted at the
dearest Jared.
They wrote letters.
Your club
saying how
to the Comedy Attic.
Yes,
is that where
I was hosting my first ever hosting at the Comedy Attic. It was for Michael Winslow from Police Academy movies. Does the sound effects?
He was the first weekend there, right?
First weekend ever. I was the first comic to ever step on that stage.
That stage.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And I hosted it,
last.
and I was so bad that people in the audience wrote letters saying how upset they were and how that I should never.
Do you remember any of the jokes that like caused this? Why were you so bad?
I was also wearing a suit.
You were wearing a suit?
I was wearing a suit and I went by Brian M. Frangie because I thought the middle initial. I thought, you know what? People might not remember my name, but they'll remember that I had a middle initial.
Oh, that's so cute and stupid.
I like that.
And I had my suit and I would talk like
this. And your
this.
suit, like, because you think like you got to have a thing, you know, like you don't know who you are when you first start comedy. You're grasping at any kind of sort of identity and thing that will direct you in some way of what because you can talk about anything and you don't even know who you're like, you're so young. You were what, 19?
Yeah, I don't know, 19 probably.
Yeah,
19 or 20.
I nailed it. Yeah, you're wearing a suit. Like it's just. And what were your jokes? You had? I'm sure there was one or two that were okay.
I'm ashamed. I'm very ashamed. I mean, you got to keep in mind this was like, what year was this? You know, this was a different time in comedy. But I did some jokes that I would be very ashamed to repeat now. One of them.
Oh, for sure.
One of them was probably anti-fat people.
Yes.
And I think that was one of the letters I got was there was an obese person in the audience who said that I offended them.
Okay.
And then, you know, I had this joke. This is so
It must be tough going to a club as an obese person. Yeah. You know there's going to be fat jokes in a night of comedy.
Especially in the early aughts.
Yes. Now I think we're a little bit more sensitive to that. But even now, they still happen. It's just got to be like they're on TV constantly. Same with Asian men with small penis jokes. Like I would never go to a comedy club if I was an Asian man if I'm on a date because I know someone's going to make a small penis Asian joke.
You just sit in the back though.
No, because you're with a date and she's hearing that. And not that there's anything wrong with having a small penis. I don't think there is. But it's just like, it's so hack and you just know you're going to hear it. The way that I didn't want to watch SNL as a kid because I knew that they might make a joke about Santa not being real and I didn't want my sister to find out. I would never watch SNL because I knew what you're going to get into.
Oh my God.
Okay, go on, Brian. So you had a fat joke.
I had a joke about how
you could get canceled now.
The whole thing. I would be canceled. Every single joke I would be canceled.
Me too. My jokes used to be littered with things that profane speech that you cannot use now.
Yes.
That we could say back then. That's the thing, like cancel culture. I wouldn't have said it if it meant what it means now. I didn't know. So ease up.
Pervasive in the culture.
I wasn't someone who was trying to like make people to like, I wasn't doing hate speech. That wasn't like what I was trying to do, but looking at it now, it looks like it would have been because I used some words that you just cannot use now.
No.
Oh, I had a song that I had songs I'm so
Taylor Swift has a song about getting revenge on a guy by telling all my friends you're gay. It's a lyric.
Yeah.
And then she slut shames a girl in another song, and like it was a different time, and I know that's like
two songs that that she only made 2 missteps
out of like her 400 songs. Yeah.
Up until like I would say as late as 2015, rape was a punchline. Like there's like a College Humor video from like 2015 where I
literally closed with the word rape the other night. Not close. It was it was the final sentence I said.
I forgot what it was.
Well, maybe it's coming back.
I said blank raped me.
Why can't I
thank you.
remember
Good
this?
night. It's me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually not in the same spirit
right.
as what it used to be. In 2015, like I remember watching this College Humor video in 2020 or something that was from 2015. And the last line in the video was like, let's go rape that person. And that was like a 5 million view video. No one scoffed at it at the time.
Yeah.
But back then, that was like a legitimate punchline.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've got some like old footage of myself and I just sent it because they wanted to sprinkle old footage of me throughout or just in one part of Welcome Home, Nikki Glaser, my reality show that aired one season last year. They wanted, and so I didn't want to watch it. It was from 2004,
right?
5. Oh, these open mics. And so I just sent like hours of material that this one guy found because he used to tape every open mic at the Stanford and Sons Comedy Club. And they, the next day, were like, You don't want that to get out. Like, you should not be sending that willy-nilly. And I was like, what? And they were like, there was some, like, they told me some of the words I used, and I was like, like, so embarrassed. I would never have sent that to them thinking that I would ever have a joke with that word in it. And then they told me the joke, and I was like, oh yeah, I definitely use that word. Because first of all, I was using the word because it's an insane word to use.
The R word?
No,
The F
I'm using
word?
that now. That's back in my act. I'm begging to be canceled, but I also like can stand by any. Now I'm so aware of it.
Right.
If I choose to use the R word, it's about the R word. I'm not talking about that. I'm not making fun of what we used to refer to people as that word. I'm talking about why the word itself. But the word I used was a slur.
Okay.
And it's not a nice one, and I was using it because it was so absurd to call someone that, but no,
So you're being ironic. Or
I
you're-
was being slightly ironic, but I also would never use that word now in a million. You couldn't right now even thinking it in my head. It's not the N word. Please don't think it's the N word. I was never that stupid. Thank God. But that was a word that white comics were dropping to be edgy.
Right.
And not to offend, or like, because and it's like, how could you not know that would offend people? Because everyone around us, it's just like, I'm not making excuses. I mean, I am making excuses. But here's the difference between me and most of woke America. And I hate using that word because I do think being woke is good. Like, you're waking up to like sensitivities of people. It's not the worst thing, but it's like, accept an apology, everyone. If someone can look back at something they did and be horrified, that's enough for me.
Right.
I've always said, if Trump one day wakes up and goes, oh my God, I'm so fucking embarrassed. What did I do? I inspired that insurrection. I had so many words of hate that divided this. If he was just all of a sudden had an awakening, I would forgive everything. And I am not joking. Everything. Because we're allowed to, his brain is fucked up in a way that mine is not. Like, if he suddenly hits his head and realizes, like, what the fuck was I doing? But there is a way.
So impossible.
He literally could get a concussion or some kind of brain thing, because whatever he is,
that would be crazy.
anyone
falls
I
on.
disagree with. Anyone who has that kind of like, that kind of mentality, to me, has something wrong with their brain.
Yeah.
And I have empathy for that, of like, if I was born with that brain, with those parents in that town, and went to school at the same places, I would be just as racist as them. So they can't really help it. This is all my thing of no free will. But I just would forgive anyone that is sorry. But then, and I've said this before, so I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but when someone apologizes and says, I can't believe I did a joke with that word in it, I am horrified. I apologize to anyone who was offended. I am so sorry. People go, she just wants her show back. She just wants to be famous again. She wants everyone to like her again. That's the only reason she's saying that. It's like, can it be both? Can't I want my career back that was taken from me for this word I used 20 years ago? And can I also be sorry? Why can't it be both? Why is it so bad to want things back that you lost? Why is that so bad to want your career back? But we all go, she's just apologizing because they want it back. It's like, why can't it be both? If you cheat on your girlfriend or boyfriend and you realize how bad it was what you did, can't you be sorry for it and also want your girlfriend back and not just be saying sorry to get that back?
Of
Do you
course.
see the difference?
Yeah, it's
but I
true
think
remorse.
now no one believes any apology because everyone thinks they're trying to get something back. It's like, of course they are.
Why are we this way? Because we're supposed to be so not Christian, but we're supposed to be forgiving. And we're
because
not.
we
We're
love
cynical.
seeing people get canceled. I love it. I love it. As someone who doesn't like when people are too famous and too popular, because I want to be popular, a deep part of me loves
You
when
feel
people
like
that
it's
are
like
beloved get
it's
canceled.
an open slot now that you can take their spot.
That's probably it. If we like picked it apart
One
enough,
less.
it's probably. Yeah, there's one less person that's getting attention, so
It's
it
like
makes
your
room
John
for me.
Benet
And
Ramsey
now you-
joke.
Yes, it's like the Jean Benet joke. Come see me live.
And now you can start a cult with a bunch of women living in a house that have a tattoo of your name.
Yeah, like Crystalia getting canceled is not like me being like, oh, I'm so like he's gonna free up more space for me to have what he it's just like, yeah, there's no question that people like to see people get canceled, and it's a sick part of our own egos.
Schadenfreude.
We like,
Yeah.
but we like retribution. We do like someone who's been doing something truly egregious to be punished.
Yeah.
But if
we
that
shouldn't.
person says,
We shouldn't.
I apologize, I've gone to therapy, I'm in help, I'm in treatment, I have righted wrongs. Do you accept that?
Yeah, I accepted when Crystalia came out with his apology.
So did I.
I thought it was sincere.
So did I.
And I still to this day think it was sincere. Like, I think he was probably has a sex addiction, was going to talk to someone about it, was trying to stay on the course. But then I need to hear you. Now we've got some updated information that you tried to get girls to tattoo themselves and all live into a house where they would fuck you and feed you at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know about this.
I need you to talk about that.
I don't know about the timeline though. I think like during the recording of that apology.
I know, but I believed the apology and it was enough for me because it was.
Recording.
He's like, 1 second.
He was,
I'll take a
he
break.
was showing he was. That's what it comes out. Like during that apology, he was still fooling around. I get when you.
He's like,
get
okay,
caught
you
for
can go to
something.
Whole Foods now. Go.
Yeah.
You're allowed to leave.
You can get off your knees and stop filleting the air, thinking that it's me because I've wanted you to always be pleasing me even when I'm not there. No, I would accept. I don't need. I know. First of all, well, he doesn't need to apologize to me. I'm not offended. And nothing about. I'm not like I can't enjoy his comedy anymore. I never was. No, I actually what I did. I do. I still do his Eminem stuff, and he is funny. There's no question about it. And I can still. You know why I can still enjoy Crystalia? Because no part of his act said to me he was a good person. I never needed to believe he was an honest, telling me the truth person. His comedy isn't about honesty and like
He's not
telling
Bill
me who
Cosby.
he is. Yes, Bill Cosby, Louis C.K.,
Right.
I go to you for honesty. So when I find out you're not being honest and you're having these shady things, it's my choice to not really want to hear you anymore. It's not to punish you and to be like, you don't deserve my view. It's like, I don't really care what you have to say anymore because I liked when I thought you were saying everything that was really going on.
You were a truth teller.
Not that I'm entitled to that, but you tended to overshare all of these things. I thought you jerking off in your child's room or whatever you shared was like the depths of what you do. That's weird, which I should have assumed. No, there's more below that.
Well, Cosby was like the opposite. Cosby was like also a wholesome family man.
Yeah.
That's like when a priest
Cosby
does
wasn't
it.
honest. There was no honesty
No.
from him. You could see that he was hiding stuff, but it's just the comics that I enjoy. I can still enjoy Michael Jackson's music because for me to bop along to Thriller does not need. I never in Thriller was like, I need to believe he's not licking little boy's asshole to enjoy this. It is not a part of it for me. However, to enjoy Louis C.K., I do need to believe he's telling me the whole truth.
Yeah.
So it's part of it. And that's just Chris Brown. I can't enjoy it because he's singing about love and he also did these horrible things. It's not to say that I couldn't enjoy Chris Brown's paintings because that for me doesn't need, I don't need to believe he doesn't beat women to enjoy his paintings. But for his love songs, I do need to. So it's just each person needs to, I don't mind if you enjoy Chris Brown's music. For you, it doesn't matter that he beat someone. It's fine. You can still enjoy it. You can't help what you can still enjoy or still not enjoy.
It's the exact opposite for me. When I used to listen to Michael Jackson's music, my first thought was, just as long as he's not licking little boys' assholes, I can like this.
Does that make sense though? That like Michael Jackson's music for me was never wrapped up in him not molesting children. Not that I was like, this would be fine if he
each
did.
of these people has created a brand and an image that you signed up for, and then there is a cognitive dissonance between that and this new truth that's revealed.
Yes, I wouldn't mind if someone found out something about me and they couldn't listen to me anymore. If they found out something about me that was so antithetical to what they enjoyed about me in the first place, it makes sense that they wouldn't listen to me. But if you found out that I don't know, like something that fits with, I don't know what I could get.
You killed a guy with your
I'm
car.
talking about. If I got canceled, if you couldn't listen to me anymore because I did a joke that disparaged fat people in 2007, you don't know who I am and you don't understand that like I would never do that now and that I am a flawed like that fits with my brand. I was a flawed person. I'm continuing to be a flawed person. I make mistakes. It fits. If you abandoned me because of that joke I made in 2007, bye. You don't get me. And so it's okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It fits with my brand to have said a joke about fat people in 2007. I was a person that hated my body, still am. My brain wasn't fully developed. I was an addict. Like, it all makes sense. I'm not making excuses. I'm horrified by it. I'm righting my wrongs and don't want to do that anymore. And that's what we need in an apology. Accountability, a reason why you did it, not an excuse, but like, I think I've explored why I did that and a plan of action to not do it again.
And also empathizing with how you hurt people. Like, how did it affect people?
Yeah. I think that all of that. And if you get cheated on or something, like I got cheated on, apologize to me for it, acknowledge how much I hurt, why you did it, and what are the actions you're going to take to not ever do that to me again.
Can you tell we watched 6 hours of couples therapy on Showtime?
Yeah, we'll
last
get to
night?
that after this, right after this. And we're back. Yeah, so Anya came with me this weekend to Vegas with Spade.
It
was so fun. It was so fun.
So fun. Like, I haven't laughed in a long time, but I did over the weekend many times. And then weirdly, I had this thing like where when the weekend was over, I felt like crying all the time, and I'm not PMSing and not hormonal. I think I was just so moved by all the humor, and like Nikki and David's friendship is really sweet and funny. And I was just like, I'm so lucky to be here and like get to perform in Tucson with Nikki, and then like get to come on the weekend, and like
dinners.
I got to help a little bit, like a tiny bit with something.
You totally helped.
So I
was like, what's going on over here, Texty? Like, 'cause Anya would be like, we would be talking about the sound the night before. Like, the sound was a little loud. The spotlight was a little bright. Anya's on the phone, like, already, like, texting people, like, we need to adjust it. And he's like, what's going on over here? What are you doing, fingers?
Wow.
And so Anya's fixing thing. And I could tell that he was even like, she's kind of nice to have around. She's taking care. She got some Diet Cokes for us.
But like, two incredibly talented, famous celebrities who are the funniest people in the world, like, can't get a Diet Coke to save their lives. These guys.
God, this was so funny. So in the casino at the Venetian, it's like Pepsi all day long, everywhere. And Diet Pepsi is disgusting. It's not an alternative to Diet Coke. It's an alternative to diarrhea. Like, if you were like, do you want to drink diarrhea or Diet Pepsi? You go, okay, yeah, those are in the same ballpark. I would rather have Diet Pepsi. But Diet Pepsi in lieu of Diet Coke doesn't make any sense. It's like offering orange juice. It's apples and oranges, literally. And so, and Spade loves Diet Coke. I love Diet Coke. It's a treat. He has a very specific way of drinking it. I just like it with my dinner. I knew we got to the place early to have dinner, and before Spade got there, and I was like, this is not going to be good. When
the waitress,
said Diet Pepsi.
The server's like, what would you like to drink? And she's like, Diet Coke. And she goes, oh, we only have Diet Pepsi. And Nikki goes, are you fucking serious?
She had a fun rapport with us. I wasn't being
great. No, it was hilarious.
Really gross.
And then Spade said the same.
It's the same thing. And then, so Spade, the second night, Spade actually the first night was like so kind of bummed out about the Diet Coke that his opener, my friend Bobby Miyamoto, I've been friends with for years, and he's opened for Spade for years and years. He was like, you want me to go get you a Diet Coke? Like, he kind of talked, he had a stroke. And so he kind of talks, and he's always kind of talked like a robot. He's like, do you want me to go get you a Diet Coke? And Spade's like, I'll buy dinner if you go get Diet Coke, even though he's already going to buy dinner. We all knew it. So then Bobby goes to Walgreens to get Diet Cokes.
Which is like it's a trek, because you get lost in the Venetian, you get lost outside. It's 85 degrees
Walking
outside.
anywhere in Vegas is a nightmare. But then the next night we go to dinner, same, not same place, but in the same complex. And again, no Diet Coke. And we should have been prepared, but we weren't. So then Spade, this time, gives a $100 bill to our waiter and goes, go find some Diet Cokes anywhere you can. We need them. And the waiter's like, okay, so the waiter changes out of his outfit to go onto the strip to go find Diet Cokes. He can't find anyone, any of them anywhere. He brings the $100 back. Spade then has friends that are going to meet us later come early to bring Diet Cokes that they find.
Insane? And meanwhile, inside, I'm dying because I have already arranged for there to be 4 cans of Diet Coke in their green rooms, because I learned from the night before what a fucking disaster. Let's get this place set up.
Yeah.
So
the real disaster is that you didn't have those earlier.
Fuck you. But like, it was a 5-minute walk, and I'm just sitting there going, I can't believe the waiter has like gone sprinting for Diet Coke when I could just leave this place, Go backstage.
No, we need you there.
I know. I had to be there for entertainment and beauty.
To laugh. Yes, and for beauty, yes. But we laughed so much.
The stories, the Instagram stories you share with your head.
I can't. Every single picture.
I know, she was laughing
I
all
classically
weekend.
laugh a lot. Like Rachel Feinstein gets me to do the Pez dispenser laugh. Bob Saget
I
used
lolled
to.
when you said, "What am I at the dentist?"
Yeah, I literally like because the chairs were kind of like reclining. So when I laid back, it really did look like it was at the dentist. Yeah, it was just so many laughs, and
He
it
is
was
so naturally funny, and those two together are so funny because
I don't
know.
say anything funny around him. Literally, have you ever been around someone who's so funny that you just don't even try? Like you don't need to. It's like, what's the point? It'd be like shouting at a movie that is playing. You know, like it doesn't. No one needs this from me to like tag a movie that you're watching. So it was just me. I just get to laugh all weekend.
But it was cute.
And
'cause
also
Nikki-
slip into a horrible depression because I'll never be as funny as
No.
him. Yeah, I mean that's what happened to me the first night after I had a rough set the first night. I really didn't enjoy my set because my manager was there. It's everyone's all the people that run the Venetian are backstage and like it's a big night of like this is opening night of their residency and like it just. And I wasn't even nervous. It's so weird. Like beforehand, I wasn't feeling nervous. Walking out on stage, not nervous. And then I get out there and I'm like, why are the words coming out of my mouth in a weird way? I'm using words I've never used before. I'm delivering these jokes in a way I've never delivered them before. The timing I'm timing it wrong. Like it was so off. And the whole time I'm like, get out of your head. What is going on? Couldn't get out of it. I forgot how to walk and talk at the same time. It was so
I hate
weird.
that.
And also like, and so then I go off stage and then Spade goes up and fucking is just the funniest person I've ever seen in my life. And I just sunk into a low grade depression and was like really struggling the next day. And it was so circumstantial. It wasn't like I'm about to start my period. It was just like someone's funnier than me. I'll never be that funny. I'm a fraud.
yeah.
Everyone knows it. And no one was telling the opener they were better than the headliner that night. and it's embarrassing because you have to like hang out with everyone afterwards and act
that's the
fine when you've had a bad set.
I just wanna-
And no one knew I had a bad set. Everyone would have been like, yeah, Spade was funnier, but she was fine. Like no one would have noticed. But thank God we had a second night because
Yes.
I got off stage on that second night and everyone was like, that was like, I'm like, that's what I'm capable
Yeah,
of. Like
you really
even
did
Spade
knock
was
it
like,
out
you
of the
didn't
park.
like last night. I'm like, that was a C- for me. I really, maybe a D in terms of what I'm capable of. I've done A's before.
It
That
is
was a D.
bizarre how I cannot figure out the alchemy of a great show. And I've played thousands of shows in my life and I cannot figure out how to make the magic.
Well, to me, it's clear. I mean, one show you had a Diet Coke, and the other one you didn't.
Oh my God.
And our
Brian.
sponsor.
No, the first show, I will say we ate dinner before the show. I don't
No,
like to
bad
perform
move.
stuff.
We
Yeah.
stuffed ourselves.
You went to the buffet.
And I was wearing all my clothes don't fit right now. I'm like, I've gained some weight. And so nothing feels comfortable. And I'm having like my stylist in St. Louis. She is helping me get clothing from like companies that they ship to me and I wear them and they're just loaners. And sample sizes are size 2. If you don't fit into size 2, you don't get samples because that's the one they loan out for the pictures to be taken in their catalogs. That's the one that they loan out for celebrities to wear on the red carpet. It's just a safe size for every model that you would want to wear this to fit in. And if you don't fit into a size 2, you got to squeeze into one because there's no sample 4s or 6s or 8s. There's none. That you have to buy those. So I have to fit into it. There's no like ifs, ands, or buts about it. I gotta lose weight because I can't afford to not because this is the only way to get free clothes.
Or you can just buy a size.
But I don't want to buy these clothes
Right.
that I don't want to spend $800 on a dress that I'm going to wear one time.
Yeah.
And why wouldn't you wear it more, Nikki? Because once you get a picture of it, and you post it on Instagram, the likes depreciate after that. Nikki, why do you even care about that? Because I'm trying to build a career because I want people to love me because I want to survive the apocalypse when everyone starts to freak out. I want people to go, we got to get Nikki Glaser in a bunker. That's why, everyone. That's why.
It's really funny.
That's why I need to
As
lose
you're
weight to
dying.
fit into these size 2 clothes. I mean, it's just, so I was fitting into the size 2 thing that is also a big size 2, but it was not big enough because it was like cutting off I couldn't zip it all the way. So I'm wearing something that's making me feel fat. And also it had a blazer with it. And whenever I'm wearing a blazer, I just feel less feminine. And I feel like I'm already feeling chunky and and it's these little shorts are riding up my ass. I'm wearing a thong, so I'm in deep discomfort.
Right.
And I just ate, so there's like and I'm bloated, and I just was like, oh, and my hair looked frizzy. Like I just couldn't. I didn't feel good. And then I see Spade in like comfortable shoes and jeans and like a cool hat, which by the way, I'm wearing a hat right now that Spade had at dinner the other night. And I was like, I want that hat. And he was like, write to them. They'll send it to you. So thank you to Kooks Supply for sending me this endless bummer hat. But yeah, I just, it's a size 2. You don't have to be a size 2 to fit into the clothing that men's companies send you. But it was just that's what makes a bad show. I want to be comfortable. Mm-hmm. Well, then Nikki, stop wearing heels and dresses. Part of my comfort is looking hot.
You can be comfortable and still wearing heels and dresses. I feel you. It's like like I have a dress that is so deeply uncomfortable. It's sequins and it looks comfortable, but I can't wear it because I'll have a terrible show. The whole time it's digging into my skin, and I'm just like, ugh.
I just don't like to feel fat.
Yeah.
I don't like to, and I know people are going to respond to this and go, that's fat phobic. You can't,
they're going to write letters.
Nikki, you're not fat. Why would you say that? Don't write letters, please. But like, I just, it's a feeling I can't help. I wish I didn't feel that way. I don't want to be this kind of woman that says things like this. Believe me, I'm trying. But it just was a rough weekend in that respect. And
that's one of Bryan Cranston's acting tips is he says just don't eat before you film. Because it's not just you feel fat, but then you get a little tired.
Because your body's operating on it. Yeah, you get tired. Yeah. Exactly. Because does anyone realize that whenever you eat, you get cold afterwards?
Yeah.
Because your body, all your energy is going to your digestive tract to like operate.
Your blood.
So you get cold everywhere else. I always get cold after I eat because I'm tired. But it just sucks when you are feeling a little too big for your clothes because there's nothing for me to do. There's nothing for me to change because I don't diet. I don't get to stop eating less. Some girls get to go like, I'm going to go on a juice cleanse. I don't get to do that. I just have to like wait it out.
Yep.
Which doesn't, or I have to just like, I could work out more. I'm sorry. Working out is making me fat. It is. I have been working out constantly lately, and I'm not even doing it to be skinny. I'm working out so I feel strong, so I feel confident, so I like burn off some of my thoughts, but it's making me like my clothes don't fit anymore. I just want my clothes to fit. Nikki, buy new clothes, but I got to get those sample sizes. And it's kind of fun to talk about. Nothing ingratiates you more to an audience than saying I've gained weight, and they're all like, yeah, we noticed. And then I make jokes about gaining weight. They fucking love it.
Everyone can relate to having tight pants.
Oh yes. Yeah. I haven't worn a belt since COVID.
Really?
Yeah, I've gained.
Oh, because you don't need it.
Yeah, no, if I wear it, it hurts. If I wear a belt on my jeans that I've worn, I have one pair of jeans that I've worn for like the last 8 years, and now I can't wear a belt with it because of my big belly.
Oh yeah.
When COVID began, what were your major changes in your life, like sartorially, fashion wise?
I don't even know what sartorial means.
Yes, you do. Sartorially, it's fashion.
Oh.
Sartorial.
I started wearing sweat shorts. I wear sweat shorts everywhere.
Cozy.
I wear them. I still wear them. I wear sweat shorts, a Cotopaxi fanny pack, and a zip hoodie in every situation. I wore it to the Dodgers game. I'll wear it to.
Is that fun for you?
I don't care.
Is it nice to be a guy where you just don't have to think? Like, do you feel like free? Because I think some guys are like, it would be nice to have a little bit more opportunity to dress up or dress down. Like men sometimes I think get envious of women being able to do like fun hairstyles or fun makeup, like things that could change or do you feel like I feel, which is I would feel amazing if I could pack a suitcase for Europe like Chris is going to do and bring 3 pairs of pants, 5 shirts and 2 jackets and 1 pair of shoes. Like I can't, like it. I would cry out of happiness if that. I'm not even kidding you.
Phoebe Bridgers.
About my life, if I could pack a carry-on suitcase everywhere I go,
I know
I get emotional and like thinking about my Dop kit would be a plastic bag with like maybe some face lotion in it and a toothbrush. Like I can't handle how my life would change without all the shit that I need.
This is real emotion.
It really is like I get when I see Chris pack for a trip with his little suitcase, I just get like, man, like, I just want him to appreciate what that is. Where even over the weekend, John Lovitz he was at the Tropicana. And so he came over for our show on Saturday night, was hanging out backstage afterwards, and he was like, look at all your things. And it was like, it is quite different for a woman. And he was, because I had like 5 different pairs of shoes that I might need based on the outfit, and then like 2 dresses, and then my makeup. And it's
did you wear those?
It's like,
did you wear those?
Yeah, I had to have all that stuff. And it's like, maybe I didn't because I could have chosen the outfit before, but that stuff would have just been up in my room. I had to bring all those options. I didn't know what I was going to, I like not wearing.
The one pair of shoes Nikki will wear on stage are completely impossible to walk in. So the second she gets off, she has to put on the other pair of heels that are at least manageable.
But the shoes I wear on stage, let me say, I am not in discomfort while on stage. Even in my tight outfit, not uncomfortable on stage. I have no feelings in my body on stage.
Oh, it's the best.
I could be shot in the head and I would still perform. I'm not kidding you. Try to shoot me. I will keep performing. I will not notice any pain. But the second I step off stage, I will start to feel the pain again. So the adrenaline keeps all that pain away. So it doesn't bother me to wear uncomfortable shoes on stage at all, like literally at all. It's the second I get off, it's bothersome. And that's why at meet and greets, I will sometimes look like a hobo. And sometimes people will go, I wanted to dress with you in that picture with you in that pretty dress. And I'm like, sorry. You should have done a selfie while I was on stage because I can't.
You're never like a hobo. Like the hobo-iest thing is like a cute, stretchy, like bodycon dress that's pink.
No, I wore my pajamas on stage to the meet and greet the other night. I wore this.
Your shoes were cute.
Triple XL Taylor Swift. Yeah, the shoes were still cute. All right, final thought. So the weekend was fun. Any highlights? Well,
can you answer? So what brings you to St. Louis, Anya? I mean, you guys are in Vegas and now you're in St. Louis.
Yeah, well, she extended the trip because I have an idea to create a Taylor Swift cover band. I've been toying with it for a while. All I want to do, I've been reading a lot about like happiness and productivity and thinking a lot about my life and like my decisions and like what really makes me happy. And there's no question singing Taylor Swift songs is my favorite thing to do in the whole world, whether I'm by myself or with people. Taylor Swift it's my happy place. Why am I not doing it as much as possible? So I thought, and also I love performing and I love Taylor Swift. Performing Taylor Swift songs. I don't even want to perform my own songs. I was with my voice teacher a couple weeks ago and I go, he's like, you need to write your own songs. And I'm like, I don't really want to. Like, this gets it done for me. Like, her songs feel like I have a relationship with them that is as if they're my own in a way. Like, I like them more than anything I could ever write.
You're like the song's aunt.
Yeah, I was thinking about, that's a good point. Like with my niece and nephew. Like, I don't need to be a mother. I'm good being an aunt. That's so it, Brian.
Nice.
Thank you. Great analogy.
Thank you.
I keep thinking I want to write songs, but I was thinking about it the other day and I go, why can't you? Why could you write jokes, Nikki? Like you at one point in your life, you decided I'm going to be a comedian. You started writing jokes. Why was that so much easier for you than writing songs? I don't have the answer to that. All I know is it was easy. Writing songs is not easy. I don't like to do things that don't feel good. And writing songs to me does not feel good yet. Maybe it will sometime. It does not feel good. It's torturous from start to finish. I feel like a fraud. I feel like a fool. And then the other day, my voice teacher said, why don't you write songs? And I said, I just like singing Taylor Swift songs. That's really all I want to do. And he's like, what about this other song? And I'm like, yes, there are other songs I like besides her. And then after going to Eras Tour, I just thought, there are a lot of people that can't afford Eras Tour. I know that I would go see a Taylor Swift cover band if the whole time we just got to sing out loud. And I was like, well, why don't I do this? So I asked Anya to start a cover band with me, and that's what we're working on.
You have a name? Do you have a name?
No, not yet. But I think that's going to take a really long time because I'm going to have to go through.
We have to have a name? Why don't we just be Nikki Glaser covers Taylor Swift?
Because it's kind of funny to do a cover band song. Like there's one for Sublime that's like, we practice Santeria,
Oh,
which is hilarious
cute.
because it's I don't practice Santeria, and they're like, no, we practiced it, which is so funny. So there's like there's a way to be
That's cute.
funny with the like there's one Taylor Swift cover band called Reputation. Like they'll
Right.
take some part of her catalog, but yeah. So that is and
The Cardigans?
oh, that's funny because it already
Sorry.
exists. Yeah, I think that, and I think it'll be lucrative for both of us. Not that
Do you
I'm
know what
like
that means, Brian?
Lucrative.
it'll be
It's,
sartorial.
lucrative is like of the book of Luke from the Bible.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're a Christian Taylor Swift.
This is a Christian Taylor
we
Swift
just
band.
change all the lyrics to God.
There's a
God.
blank space baby, and Jesus is in it.
And I'll write his name.
Yeah, I'll write his
Oh my
name.
God.
Um,
It's been fun. It's challenging for me. I've been playing guitar for 20 years and I do not play this way. I don't strum this way. So I feel like I just started playing guitar. And for anyone who's tried to learn guitar, and I know Nikki can relate, it's the one thing that can make you feel absolutely suicidal. Like you want to throw the instrument across
Yep.
the room because you have to put in so much time to learn the muscle memory. And it's like incredibly frustrating.
if people play guitar out there, how the fuck do you learn finger picking? And like every song has a
I
different
can finger pick. I can't pick.
Well,
like-
finger picking, how do you do that? Because there's one song I'm trying to learn and it's
I'll teach you.
It's a I already know the pattern. I know the
Okay.
pattern on this hand and the chords are the only thing that's changing. How is it just muscle memory? You just do it
Yeah.
enough that
You cry a lot.
So everyone
and then
has
you'll-
to go through the stage of wanting to
I don't
kill
know
yourself
how
and
you
rip
do
off
the
your
other-
hand.
Yes, I don't know how you're doing this strum.
That one comes naturally to me. Finger picking,
I've put
do
in
not.
easily 1,000 hours on this one strum, and I still don't have it. But I'm seeing hope. I'm seeing the light at the end of the tunnel.
Oh my God, it's so frustrating. Everything is so, but you know what? I like this process.
Yeah.
And it's a way for me to get my best friend kind of obsessed with Taylor Swift. Like, I'm gonna get you.
It's already infiltrating my sleep. I woke up today singing "Death by a Thousand Cuts."
Like but this is a sneaky way for me to get a friend on board with my Taylor Swift. Like, you might be able to go to concerts now and like, have you learned a new appreciation for her?
Oh, I definitely have a couple favorite songs that I'm like, oh, I enjoy. Like, I would enjoy listening to these in my spare time. Like, I
You're
think
not like
August,
obsessed yet, though.
I don't know if I could get obsessed, but I love August. I think that's a great song. I think it's really smart. I love the phrasing. I like Lavender Haze, which is so simple, but there's just something about that. Oh, 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 wow, wow.
Yeah. It's
It's sexy. It's like kind of soulful. It's a
Mhm.
little departure for her. But August is like the phrasing of that to me is really genius.
okay.
Like when she's doing the whole thing about, and also the
But
line
you're not
about,
gonna like watch videos of her and be like, she's so cute. Blondie,
She is
we
cute.
love you.
She is cute.
Like, I just want to watch videos of her being adorable. Like, it's like this, I'm trying to find someone to get obsessed with me. Of like, my mom's almost
You
there
have
where I can
so
show.
many people, all of your fans.
I know I need someone close in my circle that I'm able to like. My mom is getting there where I'll send my mom like kind of insider Swiftie stuff where I'm like, look at her mom listening to her. Look at like, I kind of share things where it's like,
You can share all that stuff with me.
no, you do watch. There was a video the other day of like her garter belt broke, and I was like, look how she fixed it, and it was like this really cute way of her like telling her. She's like singing, "I have this thing where I get," and she's like pointing
She's
at her
like,
garter belt,
"Can you help
and then
me?"
she like puts it up, and then her dancers fix it, and she's still singing, and then she fucking nails it, and it was just like it's fun to watch how pro she is and fucking cute, and I'm gay. But as my mom says, everyone was gay for her in that stadium. Every woman.
She's so cute.
I get it, Nikki. She's so cute. So yeah, we're today we're going to my voice teacher. I'll be interested for you to meet him.
I can't
and
wait.
to see
I'm
the
kind of
process.
nervous. Like,
yeah, no, we're gonna bring in some songs for him to help us arrange.
I'm nervous because my voice is not
Oh no, he will be so obsessed with your voice. It's gonna be like me bringing in a pretty friend to a guy. You know what I mean? Like a friend who's prettier than you. Like I just have to like. I've already steeled myself
No.
against seeing his reaction to an actual good voice because all I see is his reaction to mine, which has a lot of promise, and he's very he's very complimentary
Has a
about my
good
voice.
personality.
Extremely. That's one of the things I love most about him. Is is that he sees a lot of potential in me and always makes me feel amazing about my voice. But I'm willing to believe that there's a different level to his enthusiasm that I'm probably going to witness today after he hears Anya's natural voice. And then we're just going to work on songs, and we're going to watch Succession tonight and go out to dinner with my family.
So is it just you two in the band, or is it more?
Just us for now. I'm just starting out like Tegan and Sarah Indigo Girls style, and then we're going to add more.
Nikki's being very patient with me because she knows like all of these songs, and she's like slowly walking me through.
I would you are like blazing through them. I expected this to take way longer. You're like, I knew what I was getting with you. You're a phenom. Like you are so quick you're so quick. And like, yeah. And you're a pro musician. So it's nice that I have a head start because I can't, if it were the other way around, we'd be fucked. We'd be fucked.
I'm like just learning.
And I'm learning from watching her learn, and then she gets it right and it sounds amazing. And I'm like, oh, I've just been like, I'm a novice, so it's like nice to have someone who's like, I don't even deserve to be in a cover band with
anymore. Both you gals went on Instagram Live on our podcast page, Nikki Glaser Pod on Instagram, and I think it was maybe like a year ago. I forget if it was with Rokio or with Amy Chapman, who you were practicing with for The Masked Singer. But you were saying that some advice that you got from the vocal coach was just interpret this in your own way. And when you were singing, I'm familiar enough with Taylor Swift, but I definitely heard your own voice in it. Like you're not a novice anymore. Absolutely not.
Well,
Amen.
I'm climbing out of novice and I'm beginning the intermediate ladder, which feels good. But yes, I still want to call myself a novice, so the bar is low.
That's what our band name is, the Novices.
Oh my God, that's actually pretty good. We should I would have my band be called I Suck. And so no one could ever go, she kind of sucks. Like be like, well, she told us. It's like Amy Schumer calling her special mostly sex stuff. So no one could go, I don't know, it was mostly sex stuff. It's like, yeah, that's what I told you. It's such a good thing. Beat them to the punch. So if you have any suggestions for what our Taylor Swift cover band should be called, and I would predict that we'll probably book stuff by early fall. And they will be small venues where we can do acoustic performances, and there's sing-along shows. So singing along loudly is encouraged.
We already do
because we're gonna
sing along in our, in Nikki's show. We do a little element of that in my set, and it's so fun to have audience participation. It really does give you goosebumps.
It's so fun. And that's what Taylor Swift, going to see her during Eras, everyone's singing the entire time. And my mom hates when people sing at concerts, but I even asked her, did it bother her? And she's like, no, that's what that is that night. That's what it is. And everyone's on board, and it doesn't bother you at all.
Can you still hear Taylor?
Oh, perfectly. It does. And you know why it doesn't bother you? You can't hear someone singing next to you because you're singing. Yeah, so it doesn't, and you can hear her. Like it's whatever they do sound wise, it's fun. And so if you're a Swiftie out there who would like to come to a sing along, please come to our show. That haven't been booked yet, but we're preparing for it. So look out for that. And if you have a clever name for a Taylor Swift cover band, please DM them to us. And if you have anything to comment on, you can always leave us a Fanthrex message that we will eventually get to. And that link can be found at Nikki Glaser Pod underneath, in the bio. It's the link in the bio where you can call up and leave us a message. And we don't care if it's meandering. I don't care if you aren't prepared to talk. We're not going to be judging it harshly. Some besties have written down their statement before they record it so it's concise or whatever you want. But you don't have to do that. We don't care if it's meandering. We love you no matter what. Thank you for listening. We're so appreciative. Thank you for all the love we've gotten for Brian being added to the show. It means so much to me when I hear it. I hope you're getting some of that, Brian.
Yeah, I do actually a little bit. I mean, I just zoom in on the hate and then I focus on that. If there's one little nugget of hate and a pile of love, I will just be like, that's a pile of
that's
shit.
Why I can't even read the piles of love because those little hate nuggets.
I just wait for the tide to turn and then it'll turn back around. That's the real beauty.
Yeah, eventually you'll leave the show someday and then everyone will go, this new guy sucks. We miss Brian. That's always... People just hate new. They love old. And so you just have to wait it out. Eventually, someday people will be shitting on whoever is eventually you'll be the one that everyone is like, we miss him.
Just like getting to know anybody, I'm just a guy.
All I ever say is there was a time where you didn't know who Tom Hanks was, okay? So this whole idea of like, who's this guy?
Yeah.
Chill the fuck out and wait a second to get to know people.
Honestly, everything I've heard is people are in love.
Yeah,
with
that's
Brian,
all I've heard
and
too.
they just
But
are
I
so
just,
endeared
as someone
by it.
who has often been the new person on things, I get a lot of, who is this? And it's like,
Yeah.
you didn't even know your dad. You had to meet your dad there was a time where your dad, you go, who is this guy? Right? So just give it time. You have to meet people. Are you done knowing who people are? It's I'm getting mad at someone who doesn't even, it's like one person who doesn't even listen to the show and just saw one clip and decided to spout off. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening to the podcast and being overwhelmingly positive. Don't Bika, and just don't even offer me a Diet Pepsi. Disgusting.